this is, like the title said, this is a review of my backcountry tracks. I thought I'd give people a little insight to what I think of these new tracks and how they maybe compare a little bit with my tattoos. First off, let me say that I really enjoy the tracks. I really like them. However, I'm not sure they are for everyone. If you're a guy that lives in an area that maybe doesn't get a lot of snow, that you have to ride rocks or bare dirt quite a bit, then these probably aren't the tracks for you. A four-season track is probably a better track. But if you get a lot of snow, 4, 5, 6 feet like we do where I live, in my opinion, these are awesome. They're hard to beat. So I'll kind of go into some details and here and give you a little insight to how I feel about the tracks. Okay, you'll notice as I start into these trees, I've got it pegged pretty good, but the tattoos just didn't have it. When I started into these trees with the backcountry tracks, I really expected to get stuck, and I was so amazed that it just pulled through like it was nothing. It was awesome. Here, I had somehow flipped from my four-wheel drive switch from four-wheel to two-wheel. As you can see, I just barely got a bike length off the packed trail. And I try to back out, and I want you to watch the back of the bike, how it just goes straight down. I mean, I'm down there. This is amazing. It took me a little bit to realize that my bike was in two-wheel drive instead of four-wheel drive. But when I realized it and flipped into four-wheel drive, the backcountry tracks just totally amazed me. I was thoroughly impressed. During this ride, I thought I'd see how the backcountry tracks did going up steep incline, fresh deep snow, and I was a little bit surprised I didn't make this hill. But when I backed up, I was shocked at how deep the snow was. Now, I'm not sure, maybe because of the steepness of the hill, the Tattoos would have backed out as easy. I'm not sure, but the backcountries didn't have any problem backing out of this situation right here. But then I decide, I better just turn around and go back down the hill. And the hill was steep enough and my brakes were froze that when I let off the throttle, the bike just started rolling. And I was afraid I was going to hit a tree, which I just barely missed. So then I make the turn. And right here, I thought I was done. Now, I'm pretty sure with the Tattoos, I'd have been stuck right there. I wouldn't have been able to back out or anything. I'd have just been stuck. And even with the backcountry tracks, I'll have to admit, for a minute, I thought, oh, I'm gonna be digging. But again, the backcountry tracks just totally amazed me. And I was just thoroughly pleased and amazed. Right here, I was just grinning. I loved them. Luckily, I carry extra belt and the tools to change it, and have modified my floorboards so I can change a belt in about 30 minutes. But I learned my lesson. Deep snow, low range. I will say that getting covered in the snow like I do with these tracks, a lot depends on how soft the snow is in the wind. But if you get a chance in one of these pictures, you need to look at the back of the front track. It's almost straight up and down, and you have the 2-inch paddles, and so naturally it's going to throw a lot of snow. Now I made some fender extenders that are 5 inches wide, and on this particular ride that this picture's in, I had taken them off, and I really got covered in snow. But you'll notice if I'm going slow, they throw up snow, but it's not going all over me. So speed plays a factor in getting covered in snow and wind. However, me personally, I don't mind it. I think it's cool. I really enjoy it, and it's part of the ride. I really like the snow coming up. It's just awesome. However, I'd get covered in snow with the Tatou Tracks as well. And like I said, if the wind was blowing just right, I'd get covered just as much. But for me, it's part of the ride and I enjoy it, like I said. The other thing is with the Tatou Tracks, the snow would build up inside the tracks and it could really get thick and heavy. So I was constantly digging it out. But you can see that at times it would pack in there pretty good. Now with the design of the Backcountry Tracks, more open, less bogey wheels, I don't have that problem. I do get some snow buildup depending on the temperature, softness of the snow and stuff, but it's nothing like what it was with the Tattoos. And I've never had to clean the tracks out. But they have slides instead of bogey wheels, so you got to make sure you're in the snow. The other question some people have had is maneuverability. Now, for me personally, where I ride, I really don't feel like I have a maneuverability problem. I can still get through the trees where I ride fairly well. I think as well as the Tattoos did. But there again, that's something a person would have to look at. I've never had to turn around strictly because I couldn't make a turn. Now if I got into some trees that obviously if I got blocked in front of me, I'd have to back up and find a new route, but that happens even with the Tattoos. So again, I thoroughly enjoy the Backcountry Tracks and I think they're awesome. A couple of things I added to the tracks to make them more dependable is ice scratchers, front and back, and a bogey wheels in the back. The one hard part about these tracks is if I get off in deep snow because they're so high, I have a heck of a time getting back on the bike. But like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the Apache Backcountry Tracks might not be for everybody. But if you get a lot of snow, I think they're a hard track to beat. Now for me personally, I wouldn't go back to my Tattoos. But where I live, I get a lot of snow. So these Backcountry Tracks are awesome. They just are fun and they just get around like it's nobody's business. And the 2-inch paddles and the length of the back tracks, it just is amazing. I love them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and my impressions of the Backcountry Tracks. Thanks for watching.